They say that big things come in small packages, and with the latest smart TVs on the market, that certainly seems to be true. Designed to transform your living room into a state-of-the-art entertainment hub, these sleek and powerful devices are quickly becoming a must-have for any modern home. So what sets these revolutionary new TVs apart from the competition? Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. Let's take a look at some of the top contenders in this exclusive video of top 5 smart TVs of 2022. From groundbreaking new features to breathtakingly gorgeous displays, these amazing devices are sure to revolutionize your home entertainment experience. The LG C2 OLED TV comes in at number 5 on our list. On our ranking of the greatest televisions to be released in 2022, the LG C2 OLED has successfully reclaimed the number 5 slot. This is because LG has made a lot of changes to this year's model compared to the LG C1 OLED, which is why this is the case. The new Alpha A9 Gen 5 processor is one of the improvements that will be introduced in 2022. This new processor is intended to provide improved object enhancement and dynamic tone mapping compared to its predecessor. In addition to this, you will experience what is known as virtual surround sound, which is created by the TV's upscaling of stereo information into sound that has 7.12 channels. The audio performance is good for a flat-screen TV, and the fact that there are a number of different sound modes means that you should be able to find an audio profile that suits your needs. Despite the fact that we were not convinced by the claims of virtual surround sound, the audio performance is good. In addition to these enhancements, the C2 OLED brings along the 4 independent HDMI 2.1 ports that it inherited from the C1 OLED. This makes it the ideal partner for gaming consoles such as the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and Xbox Series S. However, the LG C2 is not without its flaws. When compared to the latest QD OLED models, off-axis color saturation does decrease somewhat when moving to the left or right of the screen, and LG does not support either the IMAX Enhanced or HDR10 Plus format. Although there are now available flat-screen TVs on the market with greater resolutions, such as the Samsung QN900B, which delivers 8K resolution, and the newly improved LG G2 OLED, which has a slightly higher peak brightness. This model is currently the greatest TV that money can buy in 2022. Moving forward, Hisense U8H comes in at number 4 on our list. The mini LED backlight is the primary selling point of the U8A series. This backlighting system was pioneered in LCD televisions by TCL, a competitor, and was rapidly adopted by Samsung, LG, and Sony in their own television sets. One of the most significant advantages of mini LED is its great brightness, which is easily delivered by the U8A series. But the U8A's high brightness isn't the only element that makes it a compelling option for consumers. It employs a quantum dot filter to improve color, and the 65-inch model's 504 local dimming zones provide blacks that are both deep and detailed. It is possible to see some backlight blooming while viewing demanding content. However, this is more of an exception than the rule, since LED backlit TVs with local dimming often don't have this artifact. The U8A series is prepared to handle any high dynamic range file that is streamed or fed to it, since it supports Dolby Vision, HDR10 Plus, and HLG. Additionally, it features a filmmaker mode that gives out-of-the-box color that is largely realistic. In addition to a display that runs at 120 Hz, the U8H has a variable refresh rate, auto low latency mode, and FreeSync Premium Pro. This broad support for the next generation of gaming consoles is yet another amazing feature of the U8H. There is a lot that can be said about the U8A series, but the most important lesson is that Hisense offers an excellent price point here. The Samsung QN900B comes in at number 3 on our list. There are some people who may believe that 8K resolution is a little excessive, but there is no question in our minds that the Samsung QN900B Neo QLED 8K TV is on an entirely other level in terms of its performance. The QN900B Neo QLED 8K TV from Samsung has a mini LED, and it delivers remarkable image quality, excellent color and brightness, fantastic sound, and outstanding blacks. All of these features are packed into a box with a design that is unrivaled in terms of aesthetics. For those who are not familiar, Samsung's Quantum Mini LEDs are 1/40th the thickness of a typical LED. This means that thousands of smaller LEDs can be packed together in a much tighter fashion, which enables significantly more accurate dimming zones and black levels that are virtually indistinguishable from those of an OLED. Because the LEDs are so much smaller, they are able to attain a much higher level of accuracy and much less blooming. This means that the phenomenon of seeing bright regions of the screen artificially bleed over into darker places should be much decreased or not present at all. The QN900A is able to create photos that seem consistently better than their source, because it makes use of Samsung's Multi-Intelligence A upscaling. This is another benefit of using this camera. The LG G2 OLED TV comes in at number 2 on our list. If you aren't concerned about the cost of a television and just want the greatest television that can be purchased at any price range, then you should get the LG G2 OLED. Because of the OLED 65 G2's increased brightness, almost every frame of any source that you could possibly think of seems even more exquisite than it ever has on any LG OLED that came before it. The G2 OLED may have the same gallery design name as its GX and G1 predecessors, but it looks nothing like them. Gone are the dark frame and chamfered edges, and in their place is a nifty 2-layer effect consisting of a thin black rear slab that sits proud of and slightly narrower than a chunkier front tier housing the screen that's encased in a very fetching and opulent. There is no room for criticism about the G2 OLED's connector's quality. Particularly noteworthy is the fact that each of its 4 HDMI ports is capable of managing the full 48 GBs of data that is permitted by the HDMI 2.1 standard. This implies that serious video gamers may concurrently link an Xbox Series X, £5, and cutting-edge PC graphics equipment to their display in order to experience full-fat 4K at 120 Hz, variable refresh rates, and automated mode switching that has minimal latency from all of their devices. In addition to this, you will still have one HDMI available for the installation of a 4K Blu-ray player or other kind of streaming box. The impact that is made by the additional brightness that is unlocked by the heatsink is instantly obvious to anyone who is familiar with LG's OLED TVs over the years. The additional brightness gives colors more volume and punch, regardless of whether you are talking about a very vibrant, rich tone or a subtle, mild one. The final result is an OLED TV that is so outstanding that it comes dangerously close to taking our number 1 slot, but it doesn't quite make the cut since its price puts it a little bit out of reach for the typical person who watches TV. Cinephiles, on the other hand, really ought to put money in. And in the top spot is the Samsung QN90, a Neo QLED. The Samsung QN90 was one of the first 4K screens to employ the company's hyped-up Neo QLED panels in 2021. These panels boast a larger count of light-emitting diodes per square inch than earlier generations of display technology. The Tizen Smart platform, which Samsung has been utilizing for, well, what seems like forever, is what powers the Samsung QN90A. For the first time this year, you can choose between Alexa, Google Assistant, and Bixby as the smart assistant your TV utilizes. The brightness of the Samsung QN90 can't be criticized in any way. It consistently achieves over 1,000 nits with HDR video and has the potential to achieve over 2,000 nits when the appropriate content is used. The dark levels are fairly excellent for a QLED TV, and the colors look like they have a lot of depth and vibrancy. The end effect is a TV that is brighter than it was in the past, if brighter TVs are even feasible with Samsung, and one that can show a color palette that is quite gratifying. All Neo QLED TVs come equipped with the more advanced Neo Quantum Processor 4K, which employs a neural network to analyze images for improved HD upscaling. Additionally, all Neo QLED TVs come equipped with Motion Accelerator Turbo Plus for improved motion handling. This combination of features has proven to be very beneficial for Samsung's flagship screen. Having said that, there are a few looming flaws this year that we can't ignore, such as the minor wobbling of the pedestal stand or the disappointingly mediocre sound quality that isn't befitting of a premium 4K TV. We can't overlook these issues since they're too important to the product. Additionally, there is no support for Dolby Vision at this time, which means that you can only watch content in HDR10 on Netflix and HDR10 Plus anywhere else. Well, that brings us to the end of our list of the top 5 smart TVs for 2022. Whether you're looking for a high-end model that can keep up with today's technology or a budget-friendly option that won't put too big of a dent in your wallet, we've got you covered. And whether you're streaming videos, playing games, or using apps, these smart TVs are sure to exceed your expectations. So, what are you waiting for? Get out there and start shopping. Thanks for watching.